Now I want to give you guys some tips for actually doing P90X. First tip, do your best, forget the rest. Make this your mantra. Incorporate into your everyday life in whatever activity you do. Now how you apply this to P90X, let's say you come across a challenging exercise that you can't do. Just try to do it. If you can't do it at all, great, don't try, don't hurt yourself, because that's just going to affect you in the long term. Try to get at least one done. When I first started P90X, I could only do 3 push-ups from my knees at any one given time. It was really difficult, but I just stuck with it, and I listened to Tony, and I did my best, and I forgot the rest. So just keep that in mind. Don't get so stressed out if you're not able to follow the guys in the video. Those guys have already been through the trial runs of P90X and P90X3, so they're doing it again. If you're just starting day one, don't worry about them so much. Worry about yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to how you were yesterday. My next tip would be to try to do all of the exercise without modification first to see if you can do them. Try to do at least one without the modification every single time you do it. If you're tired, you're exhausted, just try to do one and then modify if you have to, all the way. Also, I would stress that if you have any knee or back problems, then modify right away. Really, don't worry about it. And again, do your best, forget the rest. But I suggest to try at least one without modification first, as long as you're pain-free. My next tip would be to write down your personal goals. How are you going to be consistent and press play every day if you have no idea why you're doing it? You're not a robot. You got to know why you're doing it if you're going to stick with this. It's much easier to press play when you know why you're doing that. Tip 4, create your own personal workout space. Take a corner of your house and just devote that to working out and pressing play and getting it done every single day. You're going to be extremely uncomfortable for the next 90 days. You want to do your work in your space, in your personal space. Keep it clean, keep it keep it fresh. When I did P90X, the house I was living in was a huge mess, a huge disaster. So I was lucky enough to have a small corner of the basement to be mine. I just had to have that clean space. I don't like clutter. I can't deal with it. It's much easier for me to get my workout done without all the clutter, without all the junk on the way. So to me, this is really important. Have a good space to work out in. Tip 5, stay hydrated. Your body is constantly going to need water for every single function it needs to do. So when you're doing things at a higher level in general in life, you need to stay hydrated. Your body's going to be using a lot more water. You should be going to the bathroom at least 10 times a day and aiming for clear urine. If your urine is yellow, you are dehydrated. You want it clear to light yellow. Stay hydrated, guys. It's really important. Tip 6, this is more of staying accountable in the long run. Tell people what you're doing. This helps me keep accountable. Some days when I just didn't want to get my workout done, I didn't want to press play, I had tons of other things I'd rather be doing. It was that thought of, oh, what's Tommy gonna think if I don't work out today? You know, I didn't want to show my friends and family that I was a failure. What I did is I told everyone that I was starting P90X. That's what kept me accountable. So tell your friends, tell your family, write it on Facebook. Another tip I have is your free day is not set in stone. So many people think that you have to devote that 7th day as your free day, as your rest day. But you don't have to. So if you come across to a day where you got to go to work early, you got to stay late, you got to come home, make the kids dinner, rush them to soccer practice, make sure they get their homework done, and you just can't find the time to do it, don't worry about it. Just move your free day to that day and get it done the next day. If you want to, you can do doubles the next day or skip it all together. Just move everything forward, you know. You don't have to get this all done in 90 days. If it takes you 100 days to get P90X done, then who cares? I would still say that you completed your goal. You don't have to do it in 90 days. Real life is going to slap you in the face all the time. It can't be avoided. So tip 8, don't worry about the little things. Many people say before you do P90X, make sure you do your measurements, make sure you take your before and after pictures, keep track of all your reps, keep a food diary, and that can be overwhelming to some people at first when they're trying to make a huge lifestyle change. Remember, the most important thing is consistently pressing play. You don't need to do all that stuff. All those other things are great. You're going to be glad you did it, but at the end of the day, all that counts is pressing play and getting that workout done. Tip number 9, consume less animal products. Animal fats and proteins are responsible for most chronic illness and disease in America today. They are linked to many illnesses and diseases. They're the only source of bad cholesterol. They clog up your arteries. You're not going to be running as efficiently on animal fats and proteins. You want to eliminate these things as fast as possible. You're going to have better results. The human body is not designed to run on animal products. I'm going to be making a lot more videos on this in the future. So stay tuned, like this video, and subscribe below. Finally, tip 10, have fun. You're going to be in the best shape of your life in 90 days. Make sure you have fun along the way and just enjoy the journey. If you have any more questions, or if you've done P90X yourself and you have other tips that help you get through it, post down below, and I will see you guys later.